I know you didn't miss me at all. But Kelly Collis, I missed you so much. I'm so glad you're back.
It's been a rough couple of days. I got to be honest with you. I was double vaccinated and I had a wicked response. So I've been down for the count.
But you're here, you're ready, and you are Vax'd, lady. I'm so happy for you. I'm also so jealous. We got to talk about that. But also, while you were gone, Kelly, they almost traded Max Scherzer.
That is not true. You are just, these are rumors, Tommy. Don't be very careful. You're going to upset a lot of Nats fans.
I need you to help me make it make sense. Also, we have, you did know about this, but we bought $200,000 or $2,000 worth of restaurant gift cards that we're going to give out to our friends to help support some great local restaurants in Montgomery and Prince George's County. And we're going to get the word out about WSSCWater's water fund. So those $2,000 worth of gift cards we purchased that we are going to give away. Kelly did know about that. That was not a rogue expense that I did while she was down for the count with the vaccinations, I promise.
Yes. Yes. We're also going to talk about how grandparents are very stylish, and this trend is kind of going to all the style houses. And we also are going to talk about, the AirTags.
Yeah.
Apple made this announcement a couple days ago. While I was down for the count, I did a deep dive about AirTags because they kind of freaked me out for a lot of reasons. And I'm going to explain why we don't have to worry about stalkers using AirTags to find you.
Mucho importante.
Yes.
Plus, if you thought Joe Buck was annoying at sports, wait till you get a hold of him with nerdery. We'll get into all that. Plus, you can catch up with past episodes anytime, anywhere. Just search Tommy and Kelly anywhere you get your podcast or on the Real Fun DC app.
Live from DC.
Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly made in DC on the Real Fun DC channel and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Man, I think McCall Bentley is happier to see us than both of our husbands, Kelly. Look at this. Great to see you all. Awesome. Congrats. Hashtag God bless you all. Hashtag good morning. Hashtag happy Friday. Thank you for all the emojis. I appreciate you very much. Good morning to Kimberly. Good morning to Jonathan and the 5 Dells. Everyone getting involved all across the platforms. I want to get to your Vax story in just a minute, Kelly, because I'm glad you're upright. At least you're sitting in a chair, so that's great. But also, we were talking about the big $2,000 giveaway of all these restaurant gift cards all around Prince George's and Montgomery County. We're so pumped to be teaming up with WSSCWater, the water company that's been keeping tap water delicious for 102 years in Montgomery and Prince George's County. Their big drinking water week comes up on May 2nd. And so we were like, let's find a way to celebrate local restaurants and also have some fun. What do you say?
I love it. I love it. And it's been so fun to get these restaurants involved and have a fun giveaway, but also promote the water fund that helps families in need with their water and sewer bills.
Yeah, so you go to realfunddc.com/waterfund, and right there you can pick which restaurant you want to enter for. And you can enter for all of the restaurants. You can enter for one of the restaurants, whatever you're feeling good about. So awesome places like Franklin's Brewery in Hyattsville. Kelly, you've been there, and we're learning about this awesome spot in Hyattsville.
Yeah, it's a restaurant, it's a brewery, and they also have it's like a company store. It's got all sorts of tchotchkes and made in DC type of things. It's right in the heart of Hyattsville. It is really, really, really cool to check it out.
It looks so fun, and it's in theory the only brewery, restaurant, general store in the world.
Yes, there's a lot going on there. I went into the general store, and if you have never been there, it's like a museum. You need to, if you go there to eat, make sure you spend time in the store because there's a lot there. And we're excited to have them as part of this campaign.
And the Franklin's location used to be a hardware store, right? In the middle of Hyattsville?
Sure.
Super awesome. Super awesome. And then we go to Sila Roja. Delicious food. I mean, just take a look at their Instagram. Oh my, I keep fidgeting. I'm so excited about it. Sila Rojo in Tacoma Park. They've only got 5 tables outside, and they've been keeping things going during the pandemic.
Yes, and they're family owned, and they have said that the community has helped them through this really tough time because their indoor space is too small for them to do all the protocols for social distancing. So they have a beautiful patio.
My goodness. Look at this. Look at this food. It's incredible. Oh, I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited for you to get to check out all of these awesome spots at realfundc.com/waterfund. We also have with us Henry's Soul Cafe. Now, this is in Oxon Hill, Maryland. They have been doing delicious soul food, and sweet potato pie is their signature. It's a family-run business. Henry started the Soul Cafe decades ago, and now his family is running it, and just a staple in Oxon Hill. And the nicest family. It's been so fun, like getting to know our peeps who are the restaurant owners who have been through so much, and they're helping to participate in this WSSC campaign. So it was awesome to be able to buy those gift cards from them, keep their restaurants going a little bit longer, and give them to you. Turn it back around and give all this delicious food right to you for watching or listening.
Very cool.
realfunddc.com/waterfund. And in the Rockville, Potomac area, we've got Founding Farmers. They're involved as well. They've been doing such cool stuff too in their location. They've had like movie nights outside. They've started making chocolates. They do like packed dinners and things for like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day and all the things. So Farmers Restaurant Group is just a local company, and they're wonderful. And their Founding Farmers Moco is involved too.
You're making me hungry, Tommy.
I know. We really should have like had breakfast first. It's my. I apologize, Kelly. I didn't. I should have like sent you a snack or something.
So we've got 5 $100 gift cards from all of these restaurants. You can enter on our website, realfunddc.com/waterfund.
Yep. And when you go there, click on the logo of the restaurant that you want. You can click them all. You can send them to friends. We're going to have that contest open, and we're going to draw those winners all randomly at the end of Drinking Water Week, which is May 2nd through the 8th. So it's super cool. And thanks to WSSCWater for getting involved. The Water Fund helps people who can't afford their water and sewer bills. And what's really great about what they do, it's a partnership with the Salvation Army. So WSSCWater pays all the administrative costs. Salvation Army facilitates the funds, it facilitates the program. So 100% of whatever you donate, and there's a donate button too, by the way, at realfunddc.com/waterfund. It's tax deductible, and whatever you donate goes right to the cause. And what's cool about their collaboration with the Salvation Army, a lot of times if a family can't pay their water bill, there's like some other things going on there too. And they have other wraparound services that they can be really helpful if the lack of being able to pay a water bill is the way that people get into getting other kinds of help too. I just love it. I love good people doing good things.
Very cool.
Deliciously. What's not to love about all of this? realfunddc.com/waterfund if you want to get involved. All right. You got the shot. You're back. You're back. Tell me everything.
I got my second dose of Pfizer Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. And my mother and my brother both got the same shot, and they got very sick. So I was paranoid. And you're hearing that women are getting hit with it a little bit more than men. I don't know why.
I've been through enough.
I know, right? And so I was kind of paranoid. I read if you drink a lot of water before and after, you can mitigate some of the symptoms. And I think that did help. But
have there a lot of like witch doctory things on there? Like if you stand upside down, if you take a tablespoon of salt,
no, none of
water,
none of that. And then so it was 10:30, and my dad said mom got sick between 8 and 12 hours. And I hit the 8-hour mark, which was like 6:30 p.m. that night. And I was like, ooh, I feel I was really tired, but I was like, I feel fine. I've had no fever. And then, a little bit later in the evening, I'm like, ooh, I'm closer to 12 hours. And I went to bed. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I felt like I don't even know what hurt. It just everything hurt. It was horrible. I couldn't go back to sleep because I was so uncomfortable. It was awful. Advil didn't work. Nothing worked. I was just down for the count. I did finally kind of get settled after I was on an Advil Tylenol thing and was able to go back to sleep for several hours. And I woke up and I was like, okay, it's not so bad. Yeah. It's a little bit better, but I still even this morning, I still have a little bit of like sweats. But I'm much better. Yesterday, I couldn't even move. I couldn't even look at my phone. I could barely watch TV. It was awful. But
wow,
I'm fully vaccinated. Just waiting on the 2 weeks until everything is just going to be awesome.
That's great. Exactly. Yeah. See, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But my husband's getting his second dose on Monday. My son, who's over the age of 16, is getting his second dose on Friday, and I've scared the bejesus out of both of them.
Do you think that it's interesting that men aren't like hit harder by this because men are just not just awful at getting sick to begin with.
For sure.
So it's like it must for you, Kelly Collis, to have been down for a day and a half. You must have been through it.
Yes. And also, I mean, we've all kind of watched everything on Netflix and Hulu. So there's nothing on TV that I wanted to watch. I mean, I wasn't going to put on the news because that's just not going to help anybody.
Nope.
So I just laid in bed, I listened to a lot of podcasts, let my eyes rest.
Did you plan on did you have an entertainment plan?
No.
Or you were just like,
I don't do well sitting idle.
No, that's certainly true. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're through it. I'm glad you're talking through it too, because I know people are a little nervous about it, but you shouldn't be because it's you burn it through, make it happen.
You got to get it through. I know, Tommy, you're going in next week. Clear your calendar just in case.
Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. So my Wednesday and Thursday are clear just in case. But I will tell you, Kelly, if I get so much as a sniffle from the vaccine, I'm going to be like, oh, I can't possibly. I'm hoping that I'm not getting too bad of a side effect, but also I need a break. So no matter what, you can just expect me to be down for 2 days. I'm just telling you.
I hear you.
You'll never know if I was like in a pool of sweat and crying, or if I was like living my best life on the National Mall. Well, I'd probably post the National Mall thing. But just so you know, the 2 days after I get my second shot, I'm going to be down for the count.
Okay. All right.
I do wonder how many people like are extending it just a little bit.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to fake. So because you were just like really sick.
Well, I'm not saying fake it. I'm saying like after you get through it, then you're like, I could go 12 more hours on this whole thing. Just for good measure. Just make sure you're back and ready to go,
Oh.
But I think it's like a third or a quarter of adult Americans are fully vaccinated at this point, which is
pretty
bananas
awesome.
when you think of like how that all happens.
Yep. It's awesome.
And thanks to the volunteers and to the medical professionals and like everybody who's actually doing that many jabs. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Beth is getting her second vaccine on Wednesday.
I know. And I don't want to scare anyone from doing it because I was really scared about it because I knew my parents and my mom and my brother were sick. There's also a little bit of a rumor that like if you have an A positive type blood type, and which I am, and my mother and my brother and my son. So we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting, I'm on Pfizer, and the woman who gave me my Pfizer, she's amazing. She is like 8.5 months pregnant. And she gave me my first one. She works at the pharmacy, like 8.5 months pregnant. So nice. And she was like, you better come back before I have this baby because I want to give you your second shot. I was like, yes, ma'am, whatever you say.
Well, you'll see.
I know. I'm so excited to be like, did you have the kid? Like, what's going on? But also, I'm super stoked about like, seeing her. And she like, obviously we didn't have that much time together, but you know that I'm a little talkative. So I was like, tell me everything. When did you start giving vaccines? Like, how's this deal? Like all the things. And she's like, I can't wait for my kid to be born to tell my kid like all the stories of like vaccinating people while they were together, right? Like she was like, my kid's helping me vaccinate people. And I'm like, that's awesome. And like,
okay, so you're the one, Tommy. You are the one. When I'm waiting in line and there's like everyone else is like following along and just getting their shots in their arms and moving the line along, there's always one that like sits there a little bit too long and slows everybody down. And it's you.
I'm not saying I slowed everybody down. I'm just saying in the time that I had with her, I was efficient.
Oh, I was with my girl for maybe 15 seconds.
Well, maybe your girl doesn't have as good a bedside manner as my girl does because
she had a wonderful bedside manner.
She swabbed the area. She asked me how I was doing. We corresponded for like 15 minutes and then she stabbed me.
15 minutes?
I'm kidding. It wasn't 15 minutes.
Oh God.
It was probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
Keep it moving, Tommy.
It was
Keep
probably
it moving.
like 2 or 3 minutes. And she was she started it because they were like, Tommy, like I went back and she's like, I am 8.5 months pregnant. I have been doing jabs all morning long. I gotta pee. I was like, that's cool. Go for it, lady. And then she went in the bathroom and I heard her wash her hands and she came back. So like she started it. All right.
Okay. Fair enough.
And you know what? She was jabbing people like all day long. She wanted a little laughter. I brought her a little levity.
I know. I'm just saying I waited in line for almost an hour. So
took a little selfie. It was great.
Oh God, I know you're one of those people. No
Yes, I
selfies for
am.
me. Not posting my card. I mean, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Like, do you post a card when you get a flu shot?
No, but we're going to start now. Are you kidding me? Wait, so you didn't take a picture of your vaccine?
No. I mean, I took it for my own because I needed to get into an event I'm going to. I took it for my own private consumption.
Uh-huh.
So I have it with me in case I lose it.
Like a foot? No, like not your card, like of the shot in the arm.
No.
You didn't do it. You didn't do a
No.
selfie?
No.
Huh. That's another thing she and I talked about. And now that I'm saying this out loud, I probably did slow the line down. But I was like, do you realize how many photos you're like half of you is in? And she's like, oh, I know. I'm in so many photos. Huh. Maybe I should shut up and just get the shot next time.
Yeah, your second dose. Come on, keep it moving.
All right, it's fine. All right. Next one, I will be like, just the facts, ma'am. I'll be like, just the vax, ma'am. Just the vax. And I'll move on out.
Oh, Tommy.
Well, I'm sorry. My gosh, we're getting some comments on this. Oh, wow. I'll pull these in a little bit. Huh. Look at that. Using time wisely. Thanks, 5 Dells. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Meg thought she was dying after the second shot, but definitely do it all over again.
Yep.
Getting my second dose on May 6th. Mikey, I love this. I love seeing our peeps talking about getting their vaccinations. This is awesome.
It's great.
Your personality exudes a guaranteed conversation. I'm putting that on my LinkedIn. Thanks, Jonathan. Poor Kelly's like, I know, for the last 11 years.
Yes, I know all too well.
All right, let's talk about this Max Scherzer situation because the 7:30 newsletter this morning, which is where I get all my sports news, had a link that was like, is Max Scherzer leaving the Nationals at the trade deadline? Kelly, what do we need to know about this?
Okay. First off, the 7:30 didn't break the story. This reporter from MLB is speculating that Scherzer, everyone knows he's on the last year of his contract. He's getting paid like, I don't know, $35 million, something like that this year. He's 37 years old. He's a fierce competitor. There is this scenario that you could say, oh, okay, well, maybe he's going to get traded and someone else is going to pick up the remainder of his contract. But
he's expensive.
Well, he's expensive and he would still be under his contract. I think it's still another 10 million, but he's 37 years old. He's playing. Oh my God, that game the other night, he had an incredible game. He's not going anywhere. And that guy just posted that to clickbait. Okay.
Mark Feinsand.
It's based on nothing. It's the whole speculation about like what could happen. And Nats fans were none too pleased when he posted that because I think he posted it after Mac's incredible game. I think it was Wednesday that he played.
I hate stories like this when they're just
Yeah.
being contrarian. So
Yes.
can I scroll to the comments or are they like
Yes.
profane and horrible?
I think some of them it's fine. I mean,
Nats aren't trading Max. Stop your poop.
yeah. Well, there's that
Navy
one.
Yard Nats, the definition of clickbait. Well done, Navy Yard Nats. No. Remember when Trade Max feeding frenzy 2 years ago? Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So a good meme. You know, a good Schitt's Creek meme.
Love that.
Always love that.
Love that.
So anyway, he speculated which teams have that money for a trade.
Oh,
It's really based on nothing.
And then the comments devolve from there. What did he say? We'll see how neither Judd nor okay. Now they're getting all into it
Because they're comparing it to past trades over the years.
Keep my shorts.
Yeah. So I now we're just perpetuating it. So I would like to move on.
That's fine. I'll retweet him and I'll be like, boo, this is clickbait.
Do not retweet that. You're just getting him clicks.
Oh, you know what I'll do? I know what I'll do. I won't just retweet him. I'll screenshot the tweet so he doesn't get credit. Ha ha!
You're just perpetuating it, Tommy.
All right. Well, we're talking about it here, so we're.
I know, because you wanted to talk about it.
Well, when I see a headline that Max Scherzer is getting traded, I'm like, I can't deal with that. Which, by the way, I had a dream about him and his wife Erica last night. That just made it so much weirder. It was like totally full circle. It's the CBD gummies, man. Things are weird.
Okay. No comment on that. Okay. Are we moving on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You want to talk about the AirTags that Apple announced the other day?
I really do, because you're like, Apple had an announcement, and I was like, yay! And then you're like, but I was afraid of stalkers, and I was like, they have what? What did they announce?
Well, they announced a bunch of things with their iPad and their iMac, but it was the AirTags that caught my attention. So these little devices you can put on pretty much like your keys or like your child or your dog or in your car or whatever, to track. And it's all tied to your Apple ID, and they're super cheap. It's like $29 for one. I think 4 of them gets for $100. It's something like that. Like it's not for
like those tiles, like the tile devices.
people are comparing them to that. By the way, Tile's none too pleased about this whole thing.
I can imagine. Yeah, Tile had a rough week. I completely missed the Apple announcement. I don't know why my head was in the sand or what, but
You did?
missed it. Yeah, completely missed it.
All right. Well, anyway, so I was a little concerned about them. I was like, ooh, I love Apple products. I'm sorry, I'm all in. But then I was like, AirTag. So like, how do I know like a stalker, whether it's me or my daughter or my husband, wouldn't like just like insert them in the car or in like a purse or a bag? And apparently you can't do that. It's tied, the tags are tied to your Apple ID. So if one is following you around, apparently you get an alert on your phone saying, hey, did you know that this AirTag that's not tied to your Apple ID is tracking you?
Oh.
The only issue is if you don't have an iPhone, but yeah.
That's
Right,
their
'cause-
new campaign, Droid. You could be getting stalked.
Yep. Yeah. So that is sort of the loophole. We won't really get into that, but they're kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of a cool thing to have. But it does look that they've done a lot of security around making sure they don't get in nefarious hands.
So if somebody put one like on the bumper of your car, a la Batman, to track you,
Yeah.
your phone would be like, "Hey, we got a bogey on our 6. Did you put that there?"
Correct. And then
So cool.
it would prompt a way to have it go off so you could find it.
Oh, cool.
But
And then
it
you could
won't-
like pull it off your car bumper and put it on the ground and smash it with the heel of your shoe, like in Batman.
Something like that.
Can be all dramatic about it.
But I'm really excited. I lose my keys all the time, so it's going on my keys. And I'm getting one and putting on my keys.
I have one. So I got tiles for Christmas. My husband got them for me because I lose everything, and I was like, thanks. But then I use them all the time because I lose everything. So
Yep.
and then I'm like, actually, like, thank you. You know me.
Well, apparently there's also a limit of how many you could own and be tied to a single Apple ID. I think it's something like 12. So
Why is Apple stunting themselves like that?
you know what? It's probably to get us to buy an upgrade. If you can have more than 12, if just wait till the accessories come out. They're saying that there's going to be accessories for like putting them on your dog, like a special dog collar. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The eye collar. Oh man. I would do that. A little Apple collar for the dog.
Yeah. So
Why haven't they thought of that yet?
the third party market is just getting started.
Wow. All right.
And they go on sale next Friday.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad I missed that because I would have pre-ordered them. So thanks for saving me money, Kelly. Because at this point in the day, we're gonna talk about other stuff. Then I'm gonna forget to come back and get them later. So
Oh, I'll remind you.
my little tile thing actually worked in real time, because I couldn't find my wallet, and then I used it and I found my wallet.
You always lose your wallet.
I'm keeping the story short, Kelly, like it's a vaccine appointment.
Oh, right.
I lose my wallet every day, every single day. It's a shame there's nothing in it. So even if someone found it, they'd be like, "This is a waste of time." Let's talk about Grandparent Style because I kind of feel like comforted by this.
Yeah, this is really cool. The Wall Street Journal did a story a couple days ago about how there's a bunch of Instagram accounts, and we've known this, that have been trending over the last year or so. And of grandparents just being grandparents, like nothing that they're like overly stylish, but they're just wearing like the pair of pants that they've had for 40 years or the scarf, the accessory, or the hat that they've had forever. And it's gotten so much that a lot of the fashion houses are picking up on this trend, not only the style of the grandparents, but that are having senior citizens in some of their ad campaigns.
It's
And we're looking at this one account that has like hundreds of thousands of followers that just basically posts photos of grandparents.
It's called Grandparents, which you deserve 1 million followers just because that name's brilliant.
I know.
Look at that guy with his little vest in his green shirt.
I know. And that's what they're saying. They're just like well dressed. They're not like necessarily into like luxury wear, but they're like very simple accessories that are placed of things that they've had for decades. And it's not that they're trying to make a statement, but this is just how they're dressing. And I love that we're going to see this trend kind of go into the fashion houses of kind of a return to basics, but with a lot of simple, classy, basic style. I know that's like a lot of words, but that's what it is. It's the coat that you've had forever that makes that statement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking back of like my Grammy Dort's clothes. Like she had like the polyester pants and stuff, but she would all like different colors and like all kinds of things.
Yeah, and there was like that grandmother that was trending during the pandemic. She didn't miss a day of Zoom church, and she would get when she would go to church, she would get all dressed up to go to when it was in real life, and then over Zoom every single weekend, she had a different outfit during the pandemic for her church, and it was like the hat and the brooch and bright colors. So I don't know. I think there's something to it, and also, senior citizens, they're healthier and living longer and living their best life than ever with all the advances in medicine.
I mean, look at this guy on the subway in his teal suit. That guy,
right? And it's got a vest, and I mean, he's probably had that since the 70s.
Yep,
Rocket.
That's very 70s. Big collared shirt.
Yes.
He's got yellow patent leather shoes. Heck yeah, love that.
Yeah. So I love to see that, and it's also just an excuse to talk about style. Fashion.
And I love that we're thinking about talking about style, about like going places with people.
I know.
See you what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm. We all have to put pants on again.
That alone is exciting.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I like totally simplified my outfits and like totally simplified like my wardrobe over this last year. And I've got the clothes that I used to wear in the before times, and I'm like, do I need these clothes? Like, I'm gonna have to eventually wear some kind of clothes again outside with collars and buttons, but
yeah, you're gonna have to get them dry clean because they've collected a lot of dust.
yes. One thing I did though, like the like Steve Jobs like cut out the clutter craziness. I found like a pair and a style of underwear that I like. Not to get too personal, I bought like 12 pair. I found a sports hat that I like. I bought like 5 of them. I'm just like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm just keep it simple, stupid. I found socks that I like. I bought like 100 pairs of socks because they're from Amazon and they were cheap. And I'm like, you know what? This is what we're doing. And I got rid of all the other things because this is how it goes now.
Yep. Good for you, Tommy.
Hopefully you simplified your stuff just a little bit as well. We were talking too, more on this a little bit later, but we went on a little field trip in National Landing. And Kelly, you had a conversation with the woman who runs Agents of Style, which is their consignment store out there. And it seems like things are like picking up. Like now's the time to like get some bargains on nice clothes.
A lot of people consigned, so as they simplified their closet. So she's got a lot of stuff. I don't want to promote it quite yet because I have my eye on 4 dresses, and I haven't had a chance to go try them on because I was working when I got to see her. So,
but I mean, we're all just friends here. It's
I will post
Style. It's at 23rd Street.
I will post it on my Instagram because I'm going there this weekend.
Are you going back because they've got the 10% off sale thing going on throughout National Landing this weekend?
Yes, and I have my eye on 4 of the dresses that she has there.
With their love local. That's why you didn't talk about it. Okay, I thought maybe like the vaccine had you like a little fuzzy because normally you would be coming in hot, but you want to get those dresses before anybody else.
Well, I had my vaccine, and then the news cycle was, I don't want to be posting too much.
Right. But we haven't done the show either, so that was probably also why.
Right. Yes.
Look at you.
It's all on my phone. I'm going there this weekend. I'll give them some love.
All right. I can't wait to see the things you buy that you were planning to buy, but also the things you weren't planning to buy that you also bought.
For sure.
Joe Buck, the guy who I believe ruins many professional sporting events, is now potentially going to ruin America's favorite game show.
Yeah, he's been hosting Jeopardy, and people are not happy.
No, I'm into it. That's a terrible idea.
But here's the thing, though. Like, obviously, he's good at it because he is a broadcaster and does live events, and
yes.
He has a particular skill set that like some of these other, like Aaron Rodgers, the football player, and Ken Jennings, like, don't have. Right? They're not broadcasters, professional broadcasters. But he is the least popular, Joe Buck. But then I was reading the most popular, though, was Ken Jennings.
Yeah.
But then I read the paragraph below it based on ratings. Ken Jennings was the first one. People wanted to see how he was doing because he was the first one after Trebek. And so the ratings were up, but I feel like they've gone down because people don't know what's happening. I don't think Ken Jennings did a good job either.
But I think he gets a pass because he's like the champion of it, right? So it's kind of like how when they take like a former NFL player and they let him be like a broadcaster, they're not always great for the first 7 seasons. But then eventually they pull it together and you're like, oh, okay, you got the big tie and a bunch of rings. Now you've got it. So I think
Takes some practice.
Yeah, totally. Like Ken Jennings would be like if they threw Tom Brady in the broadcast booth. Homeboy can throw a pass, but I don't know that he would be the best broadcaster right out the gate.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Although the damn Jeopardy thing keeps freaking me out because there's like celebrities who I sort of appreciate who start trending on Twitter. And I'm like, dear God, what did LeVar Burton do? And then I'm like, oh, okay, good. It's great. Okay. He's going to host Jeopardy. Thank God. That's awesome. Or like, holy hell, what happened to Robin Roberts? And then I was like, oh no, she might just host Jeopardy. That's great.
Yeah, Katie Couric's been in the running too.
Same thing. I was like, oh no, what happened to Katie Couric? And then I'm like, oh no, okay. She might host Jeopardy. Great. That is a great outcome. There should be like a little disclaimer. People are tweeting about Robin Roberts because she might host Jeopardy. Not because something happened to her or something terrible happened or just
Or
whatever.
like maybe not get your headline news from Twitter, Tommy. That's the other.
I'm not getting the headline news from Twitter, but when you go on Twitter and it's like Robin Roberts is trending, and I'm like, oh no, why? What happened? LeVar Burton threw me. I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what happened to the Reading Rainbow guy. Love that guy. He, by the way, is who I would like to see host Jeopardy.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see who they pick.
And you wonder too, like, does the host of Jeopardy like need to be smart or just really good at reading phonetics?
I think you need to be smart because there's some really big words out there.
Well, yeah, I imagine some producer tells you like how to pronounce it beforehand. You probably read they don't pop the question up for the first time at Alex Trebek, and he was like, "Woo, let's do this."
I don't know. Alex, you can't and don't. I wouldn't go there, Tommy, and compare Alex Trebek. I mean, he's pretty.
Anybody, right?
He's the GOAT.
Absolutely. But I gotta believe they were like, "Hey, Alex, Double Jeopardy. It's gonna be this weird French word. Just get ready." And he'd be like, "All right, cool, let's do it." If not, his producer should have been fired because that's their job to make him look good.
True. That's true.
But I think like if you nothing against Pat Sajak, Maryland's favorite game show host, but you don't have to be as smart to host Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
As you do Jeopardy. Because let's be serious, Vanna White's doing all the work.
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how smart he is, and he did it.
Not well. He's not. He's no Robin Roberts.
Well, he's a professional football player.
She was an athlete, and she can host Jeopardy.
She's a professional broadcaster.
We'll be right back. With Willie Water from WSSCWater. Are you excited about Drinking Water Week? Willie doesn't talk. All right, May 2nd through the 8th, we've got Drinking Water Week happening. And when you go to realfunddc.com/waterfund, you're going to learn all about the work WSSCWater does to help support our neighbors who can't afford their water and sewer bills. And get $100 restaurant gift cards from local awesome eateries. So we're helping out neighbors, we're helping out restaurants, and you're having a great meal. How awesome for Drinking Water Week. Go to realfunddc.com/waterfund.